Acast Plus makes it easy to turn loyal listeners into paying fans. Whether you're just getting started or a seasoned podcaster, subscriptions and one-time payments can make a real difference in your income and listener engagement. With customizable subscription plans, you can include ad-free streams, early access, and bonus content. And with one-time payments, you can offer limited series or one-off episodes, all available across multiple podcast apps. You decide the best options for your listeners. To find out more, visit acast.com/Acast Plus.
This is the Relevant Podcast.
It's Friday, January 7th, 2022, and it's a Relevant Podcast here in Orlando. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from the tundra of Loverland, Virginia, Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
Are you trapped in a car on the interstate
For 24 hours?
No, but I had a friend who spent 11 hours on I-95.
I want to hear about this. Joining us from the sunny Austin, Texas, author, speaker, podcaster, Jamie Ivey.
Hey, guys.
And from, they had snow for a day, Nashville, Tennessee, artist, producer, mogul, Derek Miner.
Yeah, you know, if you don't like the weather in Tennessee, just wait 30 minutes straight.
What we say
Don't
here
change
too.
on you.
And yeah, anywhere from the plains over to about Tennessee. Say that. All right, tell us your story about the crazy weather, Jesse.
Okay, so literally this weekend, it was in the 70s here in southeastern Virginia, where I live. Like we were actually, my family was hanging out for a couple days in like this little coastal community called Cape Charles. We're bombing around town in t-shirts and a golf cart. Okay, we get home Sunday morning. I went for a jog in a t-shirt. Okay, it was, I believe, Sunday night, like a storm blew through and the temperature dropped by like 50 degrees. Anyway, we had a friend who is new to the state and was visiting her brother in Washington, D.C. And she was like, hey, I think I'm going to drive home to Richmond, which is only 2 hours away. It's a very short drive from Washington, D.C. to Richmond. And she was like, how's the weather down there? She knew I heard there's a storm blowing up. We texted back. It was in the 70s today. It's dropping, but you'll be just fine. She spent 11 hours on a 2-hour road trip from Washington to Richmond. So it was bad traffic advice on my part as a fellow citizen of the Commonwealth. So just be careful out there this time of year. The weather's getting a little wild. So it's a little unwieldy, you know?
So
Not
when
here in
someone's
Florida.
stuck in their car on the road for 11 hours, I don't want to sound dumb here. Like, is their car off? Is it on? Like, you can get real cold. You don't have food. You don't have. What do you do?
Well, Tim
How
Kaine,
do you ration that out?
Tim
That's
Kaine,
crazy.
Our senator, who also lives at his districts in Richmond, was driving up to D.C. to make a vote, and he got stuck in traffic for 25 hours. He went on the radio and talked about his strategy, which was to warm up the car for 10 minutes, like every 2 hours, so that he didn't freeze to death on one of the busiest corridors in the United States. What was funny was Virginia Twitter was having a field day. It's very partisan out there. I feel like no matter what party you are on, it is very partisan. And there was a recently election, you know, a lot of people in the nation were following, where Virginia elected a new Republican governor, Glenn Youngkin, and people were having a field day. Youngkin was trending all through Virginia about people so angry about a lack of response. They've neglected to realize that he has not been inaugurated yet and is not the sitting governor. It's still Ralph Northam. So it was a whole mess.
He's like, it's
here.
not my problem.
People don't even know who the governor is, and we got a whole highway shut down for a day.
Dude,
He's like, guys, I'm not at work yet.
He's got his notification still in his email. Not yet.
The irony is, it's a very amicable like transition. Like their team, you know, like Northam's like working together, and it's like, you know, the Virginia's pretty mellow when it comes to that kind of stuff. But like the Twitter outrage at the guy who's not actually taken over yet was unbelievable. It's going to be a wild year. It's going to be a wild year.
I was reading that people were trapped for 24 hours, up to 24 hours on that interstate. And to your line of thinking, Jamie, I read that and I'm like, I'm not just thinking about the people running out of gas and freezing. I'm thinking about food, water.
Yeah.
Water.
Yeah.
You got to
food and
like,
water.
what if you have to poop? Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
I mean, some people just started a new life right there on the side of the highway. I mean, some people are like, we're just going to make a new town right here on I-95, right outside Fredericksburg.
New town.
And it's just a new life. I mean, they've got a new development going in. It's kind of nice, actually. They're doing a little kind of the new development they have there is a little
for 24 hours
vibe.
is a problem health-wise. You know, what if somebody had health issues and they're trapped for 24 hours and didn't have their inhaler or whatever?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, this is literally life and death, and let alone people running out of gas and freezing. I mean, it's insane.
So the question for me is, how does that happen? Like, like how is it? So was it? It was obviously winter weather, and then there was a wreck, and then
Or the roads were too slick.
Well, here the irony is it wasn't that much snow. Like it literally was a flurry. I mean,
I lived in Nashville. If there was a light dusting of snow, the city just shut down.
That's how it
like
is in
nobody
Austin, too.
nobody knew how to drive, and so
For sure.
you know, so it must be that in Virginia because it's like I think DC got like 10 inches. That's a legit snowstorm.
Yeah,
but if you don't know if you don't have the equipment to handle a 10-inch. That could shut you down. That's what happened.
But too, I-95 is one of the most heavily trafficked interstates. Like, it's not like there's like, you know, just, pile. It's not like you're trying to, carve through the tundra here. It's pretty well maintained. I think there was an accident and it just created a whole,
Crazy.
thing.
Yeah.
But
thankfully,
12 hours or 24 hours though is wild to me. I'm like, I'm like, yo. That's
you
rough.
can't get out. It's okay. Imagine if that happened because of a flood. You can't get out and walk. You can't you're just trapped.
But here's the thing. I think people who live outside the area, I've driven to DC, and DC for me is 3.5 hours. Okay. If you put it in Google Maps from my house to DC proper, 3.5 hours. I've driven up there and it's taken 9 on a nice day just because traffic sucks. Like if you live here, you're like, oh, that sounds about right. I would put about 6 hours of traffic for every inch of snow. That sounds pretty fair for up there.
That's crazy. Anyway, well, all right. Well, we have a great show in store for you today. Coming up later, this is crazy. Denzel Washington is on the show today.
Are you serious?
Denzel.
All right.
He's got a new film that he's made his directorial debut. It's a new film called A Journal for Jordan, written by Dana Canedy. It's big deal. So
He's also
on
in
the show
tribute
today.
to Macbeth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
I mean, when is he not in something amazing?
Okay,
right?
He's the GOAT, man.
Here's how you know
what
you're
I'm
an
saying?
elite
Legend.
actor. You can star in the Equalizer franchise, which is the highlight of which is him killing like 6 hitmen in a Lowe's with hardware store equipment. And then you can go on and be in a Shakespearean big budget adaptation requiring the finest acting chops in the world. And both are equally impressive. Like, fighting a bunch of bad guys with a nail gun is cool, but so is Macbeth. Good job, Denzel. You got it all covered. You know
how he's been in some stuff.
But the pinnacle of his career comes up later today when he makes his debut on the Relevant podcast. You know, I mean,
exactly.
What can't he do?
He's telling his friends right now, I can't believe this. I'm about to be on.
Yeah, he's like my favorite rapper. I get to talk to my favorite rapper.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? He ain't talk to me, but we talking in spirit though. You know,
Close enough.
Well, he talked to Tyler Huckabee, so he talked to me through Tyler. You know,
all
right?
of us.
Yeah. And Tyler relayed our messages to him. All right. Well, stay tuned for that. And also, we got your feedback at the end of the show. And stay tuned right now. Up next, Tyler joins us for Relevant News.
It doesn't matter if I want to go somewhere new. At the end of the day, I have no choice. It wouldn't matter that I had to break it quickly. The world will know what brings no joy.
You're listening to Tame Impala. The song is No Choice, which is what you had about hearing Tame Impala in our break. You had no choice. Well, today's show is brought to you by UHSM. Healthcare costs have been growing year after year and can lead to a lot of confusion. Thankfully, UHSM offers great and affordable health for everyone. Unite Health Share Ministries, or UHSM, is a Christian health sharing ministry that puts your health before anything else. Now, health sharing isn't insurance. The programs at UHSM are member-based fellowships where faithful people can take charge of their own health care. UHSM offers different programs to meet any and all of your needs, from telehealth options to plans that cover the unexpected moments in life. UHSM has something for everyone. For more information, head over to uhsm.org or contact a representative at 800-900-8476. Again, head over to uhsm.org, or for more info, you can contact a representative at 800-900-8476. Great organization. Okay, it's time for
Relevant News.
Please welcome to the show our relevant senior editor, Tyler Huckabee, covering the intersection of faith and culture. Hey, Tyler.
Hey, everybody.
So what's happening this week? Anything?
No, nothing happening.
Nothing at all.
That makes me really crave like the news. Just 1 week is like the news is a week off. Nothing's happening. We've all talked to all the global leaders, everyone that would do anything. We're taking a week off from this.
Hey, I'll tell you this though: the week between Christmas and New Year's, like our entire editorial team basically took vacation, and so I was filling in just to keep the site alive. And I'm out there looking for like news posts and stuff. The world stopped the week between Christmas and New Year's. There was nothing happening. So I'm glad that we're all back and there's news happening again. It was really boring trying to create media when there's nothing to talk about. So.
The only thing people were talking about, the only thing that happened during that week is people took off work and saw Spider-Man like 8 times.
And got coronavirus. That was it. Yeah. Spider-Man, everybody got coronavirus. COVID. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yes, that's the only thing that happened. Spider-Man and COVID.
Hey, did it hit y'all? Dude, everybody I knew got it. I didn't get it, but everybody,
we didn't get
my
it, but
family
we knew a
got
lot
it.
of people.
Staff got it. Friends got it. Crazy.
I came down.
A lot of
I came
people
down with
with
it. Yeah, I had to stay home. I had to cancel plans.
How you feeling?
Pretty good now. I still got kind of that lingering cough people talk about. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I feel fine, but every now and then I get a cough. It's like,
and
I don't know.
You grew a tail.
Yeah, but that was already. I think that was going to happen with
the vaccine.
That was the vaccine that you got.
I knew. I had accepted that. I'd accepted.
I took an experimental thing. Yeah,
that was fine. I knew that was coming.
Wait. I thought everyone who got boosted got a tail. Is that I got my
all right, guys. No, it's not that you got a tail. It's your 5G works better. It's just that's what it is.
If you're Betty White, you die. Yeah.
Oh.
No, well, it's
come on.
The tail is a 5G antenna.
That's what the conspiracy theorists were saying, that Betty White got a booster and then died 2 days later, and her publicist,
she's just 99.
Right, her team, her publicist is refuting it. But you know the internet. Once that headline, once that gets out there, everybody believes it. It's not true. But
man, when you're 99, a light breeze could be your cause of death.
That's exactly right. It's just what's happening to us all.
A lot going, but I mean, or maybe Betty be ready to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a lot going on. Look, you got COVID, you got political unrest. You know what I'm saying? And they keep pushing back all the Marvel movies. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they're for. Why even stay alive?
I'm just saying. I'm like, look. It's a lot going on right now, y'all. Come to me.
I love stories about people getting like very, very old naturally. And there's always that interview of like, well, what's the secret? And everyone's the same. It's like, well, to be honest with you, Jack Daniels and Twizzlers for 35 years. And like, what do we know about science anyway? Yeah.
You know what was cool about Betty White passing is that the outpouring, it's something that honestly unified America. I mean, black, white, young, old, everybody loved Betty White, and she lived her life well. And it's like, the cool thing I heard somebody say was, isn't it nice that Betty White knew how much we loved her? Yeah. You know, we told her while she was alive how great she was. You know what I'm saying? That's really cool.
I'm you all's concierge to Black Twitter. And I'm just letting y'all know right now, Black folks loved Betty White. Like, I saw a dude post some nonsense talking about, well, you know, Betty White was 99 and she was probably this or that. Bruh, I never seen so many black people like, sit down. Betty White is gang. She can come to the cookout. She definitely not bringing green bean casserole.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like Betty White is gang. You know what I mean? So like, just let y'all know.
Betty White loved black people when people told her that she shouldn't, and so
absolutely, she was a sweet lady. For sure.
That story when she had her talk show in the 50s, which was groundbreaking of a female. She got canceled because she would not have black guests on. So good for her. She stood up.
I feel like there was two. It was Betty White, and then around the day or two after was another sort of just unassailable American figure when John Madden, died of old age too. Where it's like I feel like whether you like football or not.
He got the booster, got the tail, and then
Did they say that? Did they say that about John Madden? Please tell me they didn't say that about John Madden.
They repeatedly showed the clip of him. I mean, there is a famous clip of him, commentating Monday Night Football because John Madden was a huge fan of food as well. Of him literally sawing a turducken in half, which is a turkey with a duck and chicken stuffed in it, with his bare hand. He holds his hand like he's gonna karate chop and begins sawing through a turducken, literally penetrating the skin with the outside of his hand on live TV in a suit, and then he reaches both hands and rips it apart so that America can see the meat in there. And he's not doing this ironically. Like, he just wants to share with America, we can all agree on this, can't we? Like, are we good here? Are we good here?
Yeah, that's my dog, John Madden.
We haven't really done this. This was not the news. This is like an in memoriam segment, basically. So far,
really. It's the Oscars, and we're just showing faces and
start
names
playing some. We can't do. There's no transition from that, so we'll just go right to this. This is a short story, but I thought it was cool. Something I did want to bring. And be interesting to see if this takes off. It's a story of one church in Boston, a church by the name.
You said
of
it with a Boston
I like how you said it.
You went Boston.
In Boston. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Affleck lately. So yeah, one church in Boston called, this church is called the United Parish in Brookline. And they've announced something that I think is interesting, and I'd like to see this spread. They're going to start taking up offerings whenever they use a spiritual written by enslaved Africans in the antebellum South during service, and those collections are going to be then donated to nonprofit youth music in Roxbury, an organization that's dedicated to the preservation of these spirituals and helping to raise up black musicians in the future. So the reason this church's minister of music, a woman named Susan DeSelms, told the congregation this is their church's way of honoring the work of the enslaved Africans who originally wrote spirituals that we still sing in church today. She said, today we as a church will begin the practice of collecting royalties for the spirituals we sing and worship. Whenever we sing Negro spirituals, we will collect an offering that will support the development of black musicians. And this is something, Jamie, you probably know a little bit about this because of your husband's work, but obviously most churches are supposed to technically pay royalties to publishing companies for the songs they sing on Sunday morning, unless it's like an old hymn that's in the public domain or something like that. Otherwise, you send money to
which is anything over 75 years old enters the public domain. The copyright falls off.
You can then just use that. But obviously, this gets a little bit complicated, has been complicated when it comes to the use of spirituals, since in many cases, the actual people who wrote those have been forgotten to history, or sometimes less forgotten than actually deliberately buried by the slave owners who where these plantations came from, who actually had these slaves, where these songs were actually written. And then obviously the very famous, the Jubilee singers of Fisk University, who, Derek, I know you've done some work with in the past. They were really responsible for keeping these spiritual traditions alive when nobody else was. So, and that's why we still have them and can use them today. But in many cases, we don't know who the authors were. So we can't really pay. There was no way to give any money to their families or to their legacy. And this is a really cool, innovative way of trying to find some way to pay some sort of respects to that legacy and doing right by the local community as well. So it was a cool thing to see. Frankly, in the interview that I read, they were a little skeptical about whether or not this will catch on and more broadly, but I'd love to see that happen. I think it's a great idea and really creative way to try and do something really good and right in some small way, right a historical wrong.
I love it.
Yeah, I think that's fire. I think that's beautiful.
Me too.
And I think, I think the modern church has a very interesting relationship with intellectual property. Like, you know what I mean?
Interesting.
Where
Interesting is a word for it.
but you know what I'm saying?
Hold on, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like showing like Matrix clips or Braveheart clips in the sermon? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, but even something like, a lack of acknowledgement, whether that's through financial compensation or royalties, or sometimes acknowledgement at all of the songs that we sing, of who wrote them, and I think it's pretty. I don't think it's totally uncommon for sermons to sort of be recycled and sort of reappropriated, and I don't necessarily.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like biting sermons
happens all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I'm not making any sort of moral statement about it. I'm just saying the relationship.
Why not?
With intellectual
Stealing's wrong.
property.
You can make a moral statement about what you're saying. Stealing is wrong.
But I mean, like, there might be some pastors, like Craig Rochelle, I think, has a policy of like, you just take whatever you want. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah,
not
Rick
about
Warren
me.
does
It's
too.
about.
Yeah.
But I think for someone like a musician and an artist whose livelihood is tied to their ability to publish and sell their work, or at least get compensated for people who perform their work, I think the church has long ignored that, and I think starting some sort of model that at least acknowledges people who are among the most marginalized in contemporary history is really encouraging. But I also think it kind of shines a light on how we think about intellectual property in a church setting on a large scale as well.
I was going to say, I think sometimes people would say, well, like, it's for Jesus. So it's just anyone. It's like, yo, this is for Jesus.
Greater
So
good.
I'm sure they won't mind if we just do this. It's for Jesus.
Look, I got homies that's been signed to record labels that their church has put together or whatever. And when I tell you the worst business deals I've ever seen has been that. And it's because it's like, well, what are you doing it for? Are you doing it for us? You know what I mean? Like, and it's not, on the front end, you're just like, man, I just want to do music for Jesus and all that stuff. And then you start getting smart about your music business, and you start saying, well, hey, this is not how this is supposed to go. And then now we muddy the water and all of this religious fluff. And then just personally, I can't tell you the number of times, like, no lie, this happened to me multiple times where I've, got paid a deposit on the front end of doing a show. I pay my way to get there, get all the way there. I'm leaving my family. And, when I look at a show, it's like, it's 2 days. It's not 1 day, because it's flying there and then flying back and, all that different stuff. Pay the deposit, get there. They don't have the money. And then they tell me, they say something along the lines of, well, the kids are still here. And I'm like, yeah, my kids at the crib too. Like, this how I get paid. You know what I mean? So it's like that you get guilted into those types of things. So I
That's
man,
crazy.
I'm thankful that thankful that they're doing this, because, obviously being a black guy, like, just knowing, that those Negro spirituals is what kept people alive during that time and kept them motivated mentally, and knowing that, they'll be some way compensated, their descendants will be some way compensated, or that form will be compensated, is a beautiful thing.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot more news that we're covering over at the site, and celebrity deaths. A lot of celebrity deaths.
Yeah,
that
there
we're
are some.
covering.
Yeah.
at the site.
More all the time.
Speaking of
More
which,
busy.
I just shared with the team here in a private chat that we keep while we record a GIF of Madden sawing a turducken with his bare hand to prove I was not exaggerating. That he crafted his hand like a saw and he just ripped into it in a suit on Monday Night Football. And I'm just saying, more attitude like that, America. Share greatness. Like, let's find common ground. We can all agree this is awesome.
And and we also have the running diary of Tyler's vaccine side effects and COVID ailments on our site.
The list
if
of
you want
symptoms is getting a little
to
long.
watch.
Tyler, the weird thing is a lot of people lost the taste and smell. To Tyler, everything tastes and smells like turducken for the last 2 weeks. It's pretty awesome, actually. I
love
want
that.
Yeah.
I honestly, I'll be honest. If I could say, like, hey, I'm going to expose myself to a version of COVID where I'm going to get these symptoms, and the symptoms are I lose my taste, and then I don't crave snacks. And it sounds great
You like
to me.
sign me up.
Oh, this
Like,
is
sign me up,
this is
because
like a
then
diet program.
like a month or two from now, I'll look great because I had COVID. Because I don't need those potato chips because they just taste like styrofoam.
Did you guys, my fellow COVID survivors here, did you guys lose I did not lose my sense of taste or smell.
I did for a couple of days, but some of my friends have for long term. The craziest thing for me was I made myself chips and salsa, what I thought was, and I was actually dipping chips in tomato soup, and I didn't even know. Like, I was just like, because I just wanted chips and salsa. Like, it's just like what I eat all the time. And Aaron's
amazing.
like, that's actually tomato soup. And I didn't know.
That's like what happened to Kramer. That's what happened to Kramer when they opened the Kenny Rogers chicken spot across from Kramer's apartment on Seinfeld, and everything was red because of the sign, and he was drinking tomato juice thinking it was milk and stuff because he couldn't see his rods and cones got all mixed up.
I had a scary moment. I had some family members over and we're all, watching TV. I leave the room and they had turned on 2.5 Men. And I was like, oh no, they've all lost their sense of taste. This is
gosh.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Savage.
I love it.
Sitcoms are dumb. Jay Leno, everyone. Hey, Kevin Eubanks, everybody. Kevin, you hear about this one?
Clark, we can get going on the 2022 Best of podcast now.
Right. Just when everyone was optimistic about 2022, they have to hear a dad joke of that caliber.
That was really bad. That was really bad. All right. Thanks, Tyler. Stay tuned, everyone. Up next, it is the man. Denzel Washington joins us.
2022, another God-fearing black man coming to the top, and I don't care about who is asking. I'm surpassing the devil, catching the backhand. 2022, I feed my family off this rapping, lashing out to the people that's closest. I'm open to making sure I'm grinding, dead in my faith and on focus. God, you the one that this road. Since I was young, I was chosen. Now that the planet's in motion, dead at the bottom, we grow. 2022, we reaching different time zones.
You're listening to Bats. The song is 2022.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Keke Palmer. I'm proud to introduce to you my new podcast. Baby, this is Keke Palmer, exclusively on Amazon Music. I'm putting my friends, family, and some of the hottest experts in the hot seat to ask them the questions that have been burning on my mind. What would former child stars be if they weren't actors? Is OnlyFans only bad? I want to know, so I asked my mama about it. These are the questions that keep me up at night, and I'm letting y'all all in on it. Come kick it with me and my weekly guests as we go down the rabbit hole and dive deep into my mind together. Listen to Baby This is Keke Palmer, exclusively on Amazon Music.
Well, our guest today is the one and only Denzel Washington. I mean, how do you intro a person? I mean, remember the Titans, Training Day, Malcolm X, The Book of Eli. I could literally fill the rest of the podcast just listing all of his film credentials. He's been in front of the screen for decades, but he stepped behind the cameras to direct a new movie called A Journal for Jordan. It's written by Dana Canedy. Denzel and Dana spoke with us about what it was like to work on the film together and how their faith influences their careers. Here's Denzel Washington and Dana Canedy.
What's this?
It's a journal, so you can write to your son.
What do I write?
Tell him who you are, what you believe in, and tell him you love him.
Dear Jordan, the moment I met your mother, I knew she was the one.
He is not exactly my type.
When you try your best, but you don't succeed.
And after some convincing, she fell for me too.
First of all, I want to say congratulations on an extremely moving film. I didn't know what to expect, and I was incredibly moved by it. So congratulations, and thank you for putting so much of yourselves into it. It really showed. And Miss Canedy, I was curious about your own, your interior journey of trusting a story this personal and this intimate to a filmmaker. Was that a difficult process for you to sort of release that story?
It would have been, except for him. I'm the guardian of Charles's legacy, and I'm very defensive about that. I'm always want to protect that, but I didn't have to be with this because, starting with Todd Black, Denzel's producing partner, and then with Denzel, I knew we had people who obviously were the best in the business, but they had such good hearts, and then knowing that that Denzel's a Christian as well. I knew we were in good hands. And then, from the casting that he obviously did, we had this amazing chemistry between the actors. And what resulted was an incredibly entertaining movie, even though there's loss in it. It's funny. It's uplifting. It's a family love story that I think could be shared with families everywhere.
Mr. Washington, I'm curious, as a man of faith, which Charles also was, how did that impact the way that you told the story and chose to portray who he was, and Michael B. Jordan's performance as well?
Didn't always know how it would, but always started the day with prayer. There's all kinds of little miracles that you run into that you didn't anticipate. Really, if you have faith, then have faith. It's easy to say, harder to do. And you do forget, but just being thankful and having an attitude of gratitude, as they say.
Dear Jordan, just take one look at your mother. Marry me.
Yes.
That will tell you what I think beautiful is.
I'm ready. Your father wrote that. I'm ready. He wrote this whole thing just for you.
Ms. Canedy, when you saw the movie for the first time, or when you saw the cut of it, what was that experience like? Did you feel like you were going? Was it a time machine? Did you feel like you were going back? Was it a memorialization? What's it like to see this story told on screen?
I had so many thoughts and emotions, but the main was a sense of pride in what we had collectively accomplished, and a real enthusiasm about putting it out there in the world for people to enjoy. I think that there are some meaningful themes throughout, but it's also, as I said, a highly entertaining movie. And again, the first time I saw it was without audiences. And then now that I've seen it with audiences, to watch folks fall in love with the Dana and Charles, Shantae, Mike characters is fascinating. And so I think people are going to be surprised at how funny it is and uplifting. It's entertaining.
It is entertaining. And I think that's a very difficult, I'm not a filmmaker, but I would imagine that's very difficult. And I'm curious, Mr. Washington, as you're trying to navigate the tensions between a lot of tragedy, a lot of romance, and some comedy too. How do you do that without feeling like you're sensationalizing or over romanticizing, or I guess staying true to the reality of the story? Is that difficult as a filmmaker, and just in terms of craft?
You hire the right actors. That's where it starts.
Sure.
And you let them do what they do. You apply what, I have a lot of experience as an actor, and you apply what I know to what I'm doing. But Michael B. has a quality about him, a gentleness, a sweetness. And the two of them have a chemistry together that just comes across on the screen. And the audience knows what's going to happen, but they don't know how. But to see the two of them fall in love and to laugh and to have rough days too, and to, we take the ride with them, even though we kind of know where we're going. So, make a long story long, is casting. They are Charles and Dana for our film.
Real love takes sacrifice. We can make this work. Then you came into our lives, and you were a blessing.
Obviously, there's when you tell a true story, there may be some liberties that you need to take for just in terms of making a movie. But was there anything from the story that you knew you had to maintain that was core to the story, that was sort of a principle that you couldn't let go of, no matter what else you had to take freedom with?
Editorially, a movie will tell you what it doesn't want. We cut some scenes earlier in the movie, which actually made Dana feel stronger and more aggressive right from the star. She's like not taking any nonsense. And then here's this some guy who could care less. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, I can drop you off, you know. And you see her seeing him. One of my favorite shots in the movie is just her in the car, and she just kind of looks side like, who is this dude? And then when she's looking away, then he looks back. You go, here we go. And we take our time. You know, in this fast food society, you know, it's old fashioned in a sense, and you have to invest in that to feel what you feel.
Always be courageous in everything you do, but never be afraid to cry.
That was Dana Canedy and Denzel Washington, everybody. Crazy. You can read more of our conversation with him in our new winter issue of Relevant. Go check it out. It's amazing. Talking about his faith. You can find it in the magazine tab. Just click the magazine link right there at relevantmagazine.com and check out the winter issue with Denzel. Okay, stay tuned. It's your feedback.
I came from the mud, I ain't polished, Mama said the baby been a problem, I went for the bands to the college, I went for the bands to the college, I went for the bands and the college, doing both, I'ma own my masters and a bachelor's, uno dos, When they talk about me, they say that boy do the most. Don't do paranormal, but I'm rolling with the Holy Ghost. Game on my mind, fame on the line.
You're listening to 350, Wolf and Coop. The song is College. Okay, it's time for your feedback. Last week, which was 2 weeks ago, because we had the best of episode. So before the New Year's, we asked you about your New Year's resolutions, and you guys hit us up. We asked what your most ambitious New Year's resolution is. We didn't want the, I'm just going to try and jog a little more. We didn't want the boring stuff. We wanted your big, hairy, audacious goals that you're going to kickstart the new year with. You guys hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast. Here's a few of our favorite replies.
I got one for you, Jesse. Ready?
Yeah.
Caleb says, go in on every one of Jesse Carey's investment opportunities to the moon.
Well, listen, I have great
Caleb.
I have great news for Caleb. You're going to have a lot of them coming in 2022 because I'm throwing everything at the kitchen sink this year. A lot hasn't worked. I don't even know what an NFT is, so it's nothing like that. I can tell you this: these are products you can hold in your hands and may maim you, but that's part of the fun. Very dangerous product line I'm working on. That's all I'll say. So your opportunity's coming, friendo.
My man Joey Jojo Jr. Shabadoo said he trying to find his Fire Stick remote. I'm with you, dog. I lost that joint. I lost that joint like the second week.
Okay, just a tip. Amazon, it's like $5. Get a replacement. It hooks right up. No problem. But that's funny. You know what else is funny is in this document, the document that we're all looking at with all the answers, is the team member who put this together didn't delete last week's.
Yeah.
And so it's a mixture of your weird middle school email address name and your New Year's resolutions. I was very confused why somebody put Chili Willy 79 as their New Year's resolution. Anyway.
We have one that's exercise less. It's more realistically obtainable. Hey, if you're just going to check one off the list, that seems, at least you're accomplishing something,
I like that.
Oh, Mark Rodriguez says to eat 0 potato chips in 2022. It's a very ambitious because I eat a lot of potato chips too. And I'm currently on my partner BJ 45-day challenge. It's Build a Better Us.
Oh yeah.
So dig this. This is what I can't eat: bread, potatoes. So I can't eat white bread. I can't eat potatoes. I can't eat rice. I can't eat refined sugar. I can't eat fried food. I can't eat chicken. I can't eat dairy.
Why?
For
Why not
45
chicken?
days?
Because basically you're describing keto until you got to
45
chicken.
days. Yeah. So
why
no
not
chicken.
It's lean protein. What's wrong with
so
that?
what he says is, the issue with chicken is a lot of chicken, since it's mass produced, a lot of antibiotics and hormones. So he says that creates a lot of inflammation. So he's like, just avoid chicken altogether.
You can go cage-free, free range. I mean,
yeah, you know.
When you get back after the 45 days, can you have wheat bread?
I don't know.
Or Ezekiel bread.
Probably not. I would doubt it.
Yeah, probably Ezekiel bread. I would have to do something like that. But it's real cool. They pair you with a partner, and then BJ checks in on you every week. So it's real. Yeah,
Are you paired up with really Denzel Washington?
I wish.
After this podcast, he will be.
I wish. I mean, Denzel should be paired up with me. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm the star here. You know,
are any of you, other than your 45-day challenge, are any of you guys New Year's resolution people, goal setting people?
Jamie, yeah, I can't tell from the look on your face because you look like you have something. But
listen, I think a lot of people will agree with what I'm about to say.
Okay.
The past 2 years have been rough on the bodies, and we have carried stress, and we have eaten more, and we have walked less. And so I don't necessarily have a New Year's resolution because I'm not one that's like, oh, I need to lose weight or I need to do this. Listen, I just want to make good choices. So at the end of the day, I just want to not reach for the potato chips and maybe you just cut up an apple, Jamie. There you go. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Right. I think that's good.
Yeah.
It's not like world shifting, but it's just like, what?
And here's the failing would be like, I'm not going to eat whatever you're doing, Derek. I would fail that in 15 days. So what if I just said, I'm going to eat an apple every day instead of chips? There you go. That's a good New Year's resolution.
That's good. Yeah, that's cute.
I'm not cute. I can't do moderation.
You're all
healthy
in.
habit adjustments. I'm all or nothing like Derek.
Yeah,
I'm shock and awe.
All or nothing.
And when I'm in shock and awe mode, I'm laser focused. And when I'm out, I'm completely out. You know what I mean? It's like my life has no moderation in it.
Oh,
I'm all
not
in
me.
or all
Aaron's
out.
like, you want to go on a date? And I'm like, yeah. I mean, we go on a date every week. And I'm like, hey, I'm trying to eat healthy. He's like, but just for tonight. I'm like, okay, I'm in. Like it takes nothing for me to switch. I will switch in a second.
Jimmy, I had to say, I was driving from somewhere last night to
that's how my wife is too.
To the rec center. I was driving and Dana called me. She was like, hey, I know you're going to the gym, but I was thinking Taco Tuesday. We're like, in. That's all the convincing I need.
Oh,
did you U-turn and go home or did you?
Yeah, we Taco Tuesday. And it was like,
I'm like,
great.
babe, I'm trying to eat healthy. He's like, there's this new pizza place downtown. I'm like, I'm in. Let's go. I want the whole pizza.
I literally woke up this morning and was like, hey, babe, Taco Tuesday was a great call last night. Glad I ditched that gym.
That's great.
Facts.
All right.
Hey, I ain't mad.
All right. Well, there's more feedback where that came from. Go check it out. Follow Relevant Podcast Twitter account. It's funny. Okay. It's time for this week's
editorial question of the week.
Okay. Well, earlier in the show, we were talking about the sad passing of some entertainment icons, Betty White, John Madden. It's always sad when our heroes pass away. And it just got us thinking, who is a celebrity that is no longer with us that you'd love to hang out with for the day and why? Like, we want to know your dream hangout with somebody who's not here anymore.
I can seed this one if you guys would like, just to get people.
Don't say Jesus.
No, it's not Jesus. I feel like we got to put
Everyone
a non-Jesus.
Gets a pass. Everyone wants to hang out with Jesus. Yes.
Yeah,
now who's 2 seconds?
No Bible figures. No Bible figures.
You cannot hang
at all.
out with Jesus.
One day we will, Derek.
Except during your prayer, scripture time.
I was like, you can hang out with Jesus.
He's with us now.
Like, I want to.
You're hanging out with him at this moment.
You ever see pictures from like Olympians from like the 1920s? And it's like, this is the strongest person in the world in 1924. Or this is the fastest person alive in 1924.
The basketball players in the black and white era?
Yeah. Exactly. This is the best hooper on the planet
I would
right now.
dominate the NBA in 1937.
And you're like, look, okay, I'm not a professional athlete here, but they did not, the entirety of their knowledge of fitness at the time involved medicine balls and drinking lots of milk and stuff. Like, that was it. Like, that was the
raw
advice.
Eggs.
Yeah.
Raw eggs.
And it's like, I just want to hang out with one of them for one day and challenge them on a couple events to see if I could technically be the greatest athlete of 1923 or whatever.
1923.
Like, that's what, like, the best all around athlete. I would bring them here. I would hang out with them in the future and beat them in basketball and be like, I'm the greatest hooper on the planet right now.
Stop.
In 1924.
If Derek and I went back and played in 1941 NBA, he and I would be in the talk about the all-time greatest because the stats that we would have,
it would be Magic and Bird.
The stats we would have against those guys who just throw the ball with their two hands and don't ever dribble, and
there's no plays. Yeah.
They wouldn't even know I'd be down in the post. Derek,
you say you be dominating.
I could go back when women weren't allowed to play sports, and then I'd be the best that there ever was.
Facts.
You mean history books?
History books.
I mean, you're already a junior Olympian.
Thank you, Derek. Yes. Imagine what I could do in the 1900s, early 1900s.
All right. Well, hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast. And if you see us on IG, post it. You can apply there as well. Tell us who you would want to hang out with. Derek and I just basically won the NBA championship. I don't even know who we were hanging out with. I don't know how this applies.
First one. We won in the Super Bowl one.
People would look back at you guys. People would look back at you guys like your icons. Like your icons. Yeah.
Super Bowl champs. Oh, man. Anyway, tell us who you would hang out with and why. Before we wrap it up, I want to again thank Denzel Washington for joining us today. Make sure to check out his new film, A Journal for Jordan. Also, some updates quickly. Check out the new winter issue of Relevant. It's out now. We have conversations with Zachary Levi, Shad, Saint Motel, more with Denzel. You got to see it. It is packed. You can find it at relevantmagazine.com and you can read it for free, everybody. But if you want to hold this great long form content in your hands, then you need to go pre-order the print annual edition of Relevant. It is going to ship this month, is what's the plan, later this month. But right now it's on pre-order, and you can get 20% off if you order it before it ships. So go check it out at relevantstore.com. It's the print annual edition of Relevant, available for pre-order now. Also, while you're at the store, we're updating it with new merch, apparel, ton of stuff every Friday. We got some great sales going on right now. We got free shipping going on right now. You do not want to miss what's happening at relevantstore.com. Make sure to go see it. It's some really cool stuff. Also, when you're at Relevant site, check out our daily newsletter to keep up on all the great content we're putting out. It's our top 5 trending articles each weekday. You can sign up right there on our front page at Relevant. Okay, well, on that note, we'll wrap it up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Jamie Ivey.
I'm Derek Minor.
I love it too.
Derek Minor.
I love it too because they're like, the score of every game up until you and Derek go back in time is like 8-7 in basketball, and all of a sudden you guys are dropping 100 in a game, just dominating. Cats.
When I hit him with the finger roll.
They hadn't even invented passing yet. They didn't even pass at that point.
No, that's all they did was pass. They didn't invent dribbling almost.
A reverse layup. They'd be like, what's going on?
Newsies on the street corners are like their version of House of Highlights now, and it's like, read all about it. You gotta see this, and it's Derek doing a one-handed layup, just blowing people's minds.
Dog, shooting a three-pointer would be crazy. They'd be like, oh my God.
He's not shooting underhand from underneath his waist.
That's right. That's right. They would shoot underhand back then. And they were just blocking everything. We're just going up and blocking everybody.
If they scored like 3 baskets a game, it was the most thrilling game of all time. God. If like 3 went through the net.
This is great.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast. Check out our features, interviews, and news updates every day at relevantmagazine.com. And make sure to follow Relevant on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest. For more great podcasts, browse the shows on the Relevant Podcast Network, which you can find at our site. And while you're there, don't miss the all-new era of Relevant Magazine. A new issue releases every other month at relevantmagazine.com.
Well, to be honest with you, Jack Daniels and Twizzlers for 35 years.
Relevant Podcast Network.